the President of the United States announcing he will, in fact, seek formal congressional authorization from Congress, from the House and the Senate, before using military action against targets in Syria. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been torn on this issue. Joining us now, one veteran lawmaker in the House of Representatives, the Democratic Congressman Charlie Rangel from New York. Your reaction, Congressman, to what the President said, that he has authorized the use of force, but before giving that execution order, he wants Congress to debate the issue and to formally pass resolutions.
I'm half satisfied. At least I know that the President of the United States is coming to the American people before he execute something that obviously he said he's already decided. It's the constitutional thing to do. The American people have to support him. How do they do that? They do it through the Congress. And so I don't see where America is threatened. I don't see where our national security is threatened. And perhaps between now and the time we get back on September the 9th, the President will have information that would allow the Congress to effectively see where this danger is.
So let me just be precise, Congressman Rangel. You and I have known each other for a long time, and you're a straight shooter. If the vote were right now, the President asked you to vote to authorize the use of military force against Syria, you would vote?
There's absolutely no question I would vote no, because there's so many questions even if the draft was not instated. And one of them is this a war? And if it's not a war, if it's a limited war, I never heard of anything in my entire life. If you're going to fire shells and bomb a community, that's war. And you have to have a declaration of war. The Congress should legally, constitutionally approve it. And I haven't seen that evidence. And even if America decided it's going to do it, under what authority do we place our young men and women in harm's way without the UN national security, without the UN, without Great Britain, without France, without anybody supporting us? Where is there any statement in our Constitution or otherwise that America has an obligation to get rid of evil people? So Hazam is evil. We had evil people in Iraq. We have evil people all over the world. But I don't really think that Americans would believe that they're prepared to put their men and women, their sons and daughters, their husbands and wives in harm's way to get rid of these evil people if they don't see a direct connection between their actions and the security of this great nation of ours.
But as you know, Congressman, the President, he drew a red line a year ago. He said flatly, I'm paraphrasing, but he said that if the Syrian government uses chemical weapons to slaughter some of their own citizens, the United States will respond. If the U.S. doesn't respond right now, doesn't he look weak?
Well, I cannot subjectively feel out what other people are going to feel about the United States. What authority the President of the United States, any President of the United States, has to draw a red line that implies that our military is going to be placed in harm's way, I don't think there's constitutional authority to do that and feel compelled, without the approval of the Congress, to carry forth. So rhetoric and losing lives are not nearly as important as making certain that you do the action. So looking weak is not like losing lives, and anybody who's lost people in terms of these wars or intrusions, I know that they would agree with me.
You served in the military, and you insist that before the U.S. gets involved again in military action around the world, the United States should reinstate the draft. It doesn't look like you've got a whole lot of support for that out there, but you've been raising this issue now for several years, right, Congressman?
Yes, that's right, but I don't see how any American who loves this country as much as I do, that actually see that our democracy, our republic, is in danger, how anyone that's able to make a contribution to protect this would deny